Hello, how is it going, everyone? Is this working? Well, I'm assuming it is working. But yeah, my PSU died, so I'm testing a new one. Hopefully the stream doesn't die in the middle of it, because that will suck. But you never know what can or cannot happen. So for now, everything works. But yes, if I connected everything properly, it should keep working. But you know, PSU, it should be fine. But you know, I had to do so many things to replace the PSU properly, and I took a long time. So I'm testing it out. Also, how is it going, Draynot? Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain. I'm testing it with this shit just because I want to test it quickly, in the sense that I don't really care what I play. And this is garbage, as I said multiple times before. But, you know, even if it's garbage, it should work for what I want it to, which is just testing a stream and nothing else. Yeah, man, just like that I remember why this is garbage. Hey Kyle, how is it going? Yeah, the FX leaves. Honestly, that's the best part about this. The fact that the motherboard actually works and everything else works, basically. The only thing that died is the PSU, and it's honestly the best thing that could have died. Well, technically the best thing that could have died will be the RAM. But you know, I will take my chances, and by chances I mean the current situation. But it was a pain in the ass. I can definitely tell you that it wasn't easy for me to connect a new PSU, and it was also the first time I did it. It was really painful. It doesn't help that the GPU wasn't really properly connected. It was so bad, dude. Like, it's so bad. Like, my idea that that fucking around with hardware sucks is reinforced by this. Fucking around with hardware is garbage. It's like I understand that if you want something easy, you either buy a notebook or a cell phone, or both. But I just don't understand how things like this are still so complicated to this day. I mean, no, I understand why. It's because of the modularity, obviously. Like, that's the whole point of PCs and their advantage, the fact that they are modular. If something fails, you can just replace what failed, which is what happened right here. The PSU is the one I failed, and is what I changed. I didn't need to change the CPU. I didn't need to change the GPU, the motherboard, or anything like that, right? All things considered, that's the advantage, but at the same time it's kind of like a weakness that personal computers have, you know. I'm gonna ask though, does this work? I mean, it should, but I just want to make sure if there is no stuttering or anything like that, especially considering that the GPU was an issue at the beginning. It wasn't connected properly. But yeah, let me know if everything is fine. That's the point, testing if this works. So there is some ugly Vocaloids on the screens, but that's about it. Yeah, unfortunately that's something that we cannot deal with. It's fine though. Well, I don't even know if I can beat this. I will assume I can. Not today, maybe, but I just really want to get rid of this shitty ass game. Like, I don't want to even think about it. And the only way to do that is by beating it, unfortunately. That's the way I am. If I don't beat a game, it's gonna live rent-free in my head until I beat it. So I need this to happen. I need this garbage to end. I really do. But it's gonna take some time. And, you know, it's okay, even if I don't beat it. What matters is testing this shit. Though, admittedly, I probably should have tested it with a more, like, graphically complex game. Because I'm pretty sure that this game you can run it in anything. And it's not gonna be an issue, you know. But, you know. In any case, if anyone is interested, the new PSU is a Gigabyte Aorus 750 watts, which is very good, I will say. It's not something that you will use for a super high-end PC, but what matters is that it's gold certificate. Which, then again, dude, see, here's the thing. The PSU that died lasted for 10 years, and I'm pretty sure it didn't even have a certificate. And it didn't fry any of my components either. So what I'm trying to say is that the certificates are obviously, you know, like there are some guarantee, but it's not like if it doesn't have it, it's not gonna work, you know. So honestly, to my previous PSU that lasted 10 years, I salute you. I salute you for lasting that long. Which, by the way, it had a 3-year guarantee, and it lasted for 10, so that's pretty good. I wonder if the Sente even had OBP and stuff. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's a specific thing that regulates the electricity or something. Maybe. But yeah, I don't know if it had it or not, but I mean, it did everything that needed to do. It lasted 10 years, it didn't destroy any other component, and I never had an issue with it, in the sense that, like, it just worked in silence. And it never gave me an issue of, oh, the tension is low, the whole computer turns off, or something like that, right? Like, it worked all this time without a single issue. And it had to die eventually, and it did. So all in all, good shit. They don't do Sente PSUs anymore, for what I understand. Like, that's something that is part of the past. PSUs. Sente branded, I mean. You know, my previous case was a Sente. I don't remember if the PSU came with my old case. It was like a very regular black case without anything out of the ordinary, you know. It was just like a rectangular piece of equipment. I don't even remember if it had filters or anything fancy like that. Maybe it did. Who knows? And you know, the friend that built my PC back then told me that a lot of people, and here Kyle is included, have like some sort of stigma against Sente for some reason. I don't know why you have that stigma, Kyle, especially when it works so well. I mean, you can say that I got lucky, but you can say that about every brand. Well, lucky or unlucky. I mean, this gold certificate PSU that I have now, you never know, but maybe it's gonna break in you know, I don't know, in two years or less. I don't know. The cases with integrated PSUs, yeah, but I don't remember if it had it integrated. Mostly because it would be weird that a case came with a 725 watts PSU. Friendly reminder that efficiency is a scam and doesn't matter. Probably it is. Anyways, how is it going, Yami? Yeah, I mean, as I told you, I'm pretty sure that Sentei PSU didn't have like a single certificate, and it didn't matter. So the one good thing that this PSU that I bought has is that it has 10 years of guarantee. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm using the wrong word here. You don't say guarantee, right? You say warrant? How do you say this, Yami? Is it guarantee or warrant? Because I mean, they kinda mean the same thing, but I think they can be used in the same context, right? So which one is it? Depends on context. You're probably talking about warranty. Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm talking about, yes. And this new one that I bought has 10 years. So I'm assuming that if in 10 years it breaks, I can just call Gigabyte angrily and tell them to give me back my money. Or something like that, I don't know. Guarantee thing being claimed. I see. Warranty guarantees your shit will work or you have your money back. Okay. So it's warranty. Okay. Gotcha. Thanks. Well, here in Spanish is the same word. Like guarantee and warranty is the same word. So I never thought twice about it, but when I think about it, when I do think twice, I think, yeah, they are two different words in English. But yeah, my bad. Point is that if in these 10 years this shit fails, I can just call them and tell them to suck my dick. But also give me a new PSU. I mean, that's the important part, right? The dick sucking can wait for later, but first I will need a new PSU, you know. But yeah. Well, according to my friend though, the Aorus line of products that Gigabyte has are very good. In fact, Gigabyte by itself has like their own thing without any added name, but Aorus seems to be like the quote-unquote premium brand that Gigabyte has. Let's see how premium it is though. That will all depend on how that is. Also, you know that I realized that my PC is very, very close to me. So I should move it a little bit more. The efficiency shit just means how much of the electricity used is in its spell as waste heat. I see. When your PSU doesn't have enough budget to even paint it black. Paint it black? Gold equals energy used more efficiently. But the difference between the tiers is basically nothing. Yeah. To be completely honest with you, I wouldn't be able to know if the Sentei PSU had a certificate that is bronze. It's not more than bronze, that's for sure. Or if it had no certificate. Like, I actually have no idea. What I know, as I say, is that it had a 3-year warranty. Which again, it very gracefully surpassed. So I'm glad about that. Very, very glad. But yeah, I'm assuming that the next thing that is gonna fail is most likely either the motherboard or the CPU. The question is when it's gonna fail. But if things go as planned, the friend that I'm talking about that built my PC might come where I live for like a weekend, and he might bring with him a motherboard, a CPU, and obviously the RAMs, right? If that's the case, that will be great. That will be very nice. Because at that point I wouldn't need to worry about these things being about to die. But you know. I mean, I also don't know how to dodge that attack that I died to. I thought I knew, but no. Anything to avoid touching hardware. I mean, dude, I took 3 hours and a half today to install a fucking PSU. And keep in mind I'm saying install, not even replace. I already replaced it on Saturday. Well, no, it was on Sunday actually that I took it off. But like, I took so long just to fucking install a PSU. And my body ended a little bit tired. So yeah, no thanks. What was that cable doing below the CPU? That was the CPU cable that was below the CPU. And that's because, well, that cable was already there. But when I bought the CPU, I installed it myself, so I didn't give a shit about that cable. So it basically remained below the CPU. Like when my nice. When my friend built this PC, and when later on he gave it some maintenance, back then I still have the Nvidia GTX 760 and the hard drive. Those things were things that I changed myself. Now you know that reseating solution to everything. Yeah, but that also didn't make any sense. No, I'm not gonna stab myself. No, I mean, basically, for those who don't know, my CPU wasn't working when I reinstalled, well, when I installed this PSU, and I thought that the issue was the PCIe cable that was either defective or badly connected. Well, no, that wasn't the issue. The issue was that the CPU wasn't seated properly on the PCIe slot in the motherboard. What doesn't make any sense is that it got seated properly when it did a click sound, like Kyle told me. I never had the CPU do that click sound. Like, all this time when it was installed, it was kinda like out there, in the sense that it wasn't attached to the motherboard perfectly. It still worked, obviously, since I wouldn't be streaming all this time without it. But the point is that it doesn't make any sense. Like, why did it work before and it didn't work now? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And the worst part is that, you know that there are some screws on the side that you screw the CPU to the case. Well, the thing is that those were screwed properly. Well, that seems like a better idea. Like, they were screwed properly. And back then it didn't give me an issue, but now it did. And when the CPU did the click sound, I couldn't screw them properly. And I didn't. Like, it's actually unscrewed, which I don't know if it's a good idea or not. The thing is that the way it is right now, I can't screw the CPU in. It's basically seated in the motherboard because, as I said, it did that click sound, so I know it's fine. But it's not screwed to the case, which is slightly funny. Maybe a little bit worrying, but hey, as long as it works, that's gonna be fine. Ah, that was such a dumbass death. I moved it, yes, I know I moved it, but that doesn't matter because what I say that doesn't make sense is that both before the PSU installation and after the PSU installation, I was able to screw the GPU to the case, which means that the location was almost the same. So that's what doesn't make any sense. If it wasn't screwed, I would understand. It was my fault. I mean, it's still my fault, but what I mean is that it should have either worked both times or it shouldn't have worked neither. That's the problem. RAMs also have to do a satisfying click. Yeah, I know. But RAMs are easier because well, at least the motherboard that I'm using has two little like plastic thingies that close when the RAM is properly installed. The problem is that sometimes you do need to apply some force to the RAM so it's properly installed. And sometimes I'm afraid of breaking the the motherboard, you know. It was poorly built or deformed. Did you hit it? I mean, I don't think I hit it that hard. Maybe. I mean, maybe you're right. But, you know. I wanna assume that the screws are optional, right? In the sense that if my GPU isn't screwed to the case, it's not gonna fall off, right? Like, even if it's not screwed to the case, there is a plastic part that is screwed to the case, and it's basically between the case and the GPU, so technically that is also holding it down. But there aren't any actual screws between the, you know, between the GPU and the case directly. Is that gonna be a problem? Like, is my GPU gonna fall off? Case doesn't matter, only motherboard? Are you sure? I mean, I believe you. You are the one that is an engineer here. I'm not the one, so I believe you. Are you sure it's fine? As long as you are sure that it doesn't need to be screwed to the case, we are fine. Oh wow, that worked. Holy shit. But yeah. I forgot that was the pattern, my bad. It should be, but the alignment depends on the motherboard, not the shit case. Okay, I gotcha. The case is not shit though. I mean, you can look it up if you want. It's a Thermaltake Armor Revo Sheen. Well, maybe it is shit and I didn't know, but... I mean, the way it's built, the default coolers it has, and overall, you know, the disposition of the distribution of the air, well, the air distribution rather, it's very well done. It also has a lot of filters. So I don't know, I don't think it's a shit case. What is true is that I've been using this case for quite some years. Not 10 years, but maybe something like 6 years. Something like that. Because the 10 years, it will be the Sente case that I mentioned before. Yeah, maybe, as you say, at one point it received a hit and it misaligned that. Still messed up though. That... Hey Blue, how is it going? Season 2? And you know that I gotta say that reminds me, you coming here, I wanted to show you, since, you know, out of the ones that are regular in this chat, you are the newest one, right? I wanted to show you that I could indeed stream for a lot of days in a row. Sadly, this happened. So, yeah. Unfortunately, it's gonna take a little bit longer for me to prove you that I can stream every day for a whole year. Because I can. But that is as long as there are any technical issues in the way. And this is an unexpected technical issue. Like, of anything that could happen to break the streaming streak, I was not expecting that being a PC malfunction. Like, I expected it to be like the internet not working or the power going out, not a PC component dying. So that was unexpected. So as I say before, the current streak is 1 year and 8 months. A shame that it had to come to an end, but it's the way it is. What can you do? No laptop streams. I mean, now that I think about it, I could have at least tried just to keep the streak going, you know, but... like, that notebook that I've been using is really bad. In case you want to Google it, the notebook I've been using these days that I haven't been streaming is called Compact Presario 21. And I remember having a Compact Presario when I was little, and it had Windows 98. Well, this is supposedly the evolution of that. Well, technically it is, but... You believe me? Thanks. I actually wanted to show it to you. It's alright though. I mean, assuming no technical difficulties happen, I can keep it going, you know. I can get to another year. How bad could the laptop be? I don't think it can run more than 2 programs that are too heavy. It can run Discord and a browser, which is very impressive, all things considered. But it had OBS installed. And if it had OBS installed and I never use it, it's probably because I can't. And besides, even if OBS worked, good luck making OBS and the game work while you are also capturing it. You know, I could have tried, that's true, but I didn't want to really. Presario, not Presidario, no, Presario, 21. It's a notebook with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, and Windows 10. That's pretty much the worst combination you can ask for. At least it has an i3. You know that it actually could be worse. Having an i3 is not as bad as having something like an Intel Atom or an Intel Celeron. Those really fucking suck. Like, very badly. But this one has an i3, probably an old one, but hey, it's something. And you know that I remember that the salesman, when we were buying that notebook, well, I remember looking for an i5, and the guy was saying, like, this notebook is a plane as in that it works very well. What this guy, well, they probably realized it, but they are salesmen, right? It's what they do. But combining Windows 10 with a hard drive is never a good idea. Like, you either have an SSD or you use another operative system, because it's really bad. Windows 10 and a hard drive is the worst shit you could think of. The 4 gigabytes of RAM obviously are the icing on the shit cake, but you know. And obviously it's a notebook, so expecting it to have a high resolution, yeah, no, it had the classic 13,700 resolution that is very common on notebooks. Same thing with a Mac and a hard drive, actual pain. Well, I never use a Macintosh, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I believe you. Oh wow, what a dodge. I can't find specific details on that shit. Are you sure you're writing it properly? It's Compact Presario 21. I found one but it has an i7. Oh, nice. Yeah, basically it was like the lowest, I wouldn't say lowest tier, because the lowest tier was probably a notebook with an Intel Celeron. Somehow those shits existed back then, even though nobody in their right mind should use that on a Windows 10 machine of all things. I will take an i3 with an SSD over an i7 with a hard drive any day. Yeah, that's the point. That's the reason why anything that has a hard drive in Windows 10 is bad. And I used to use a hard drive in Windows 10. The difference is that, I mean, you might talk all the shit you want about the FX, but something that the FX is good at is multitasking. So the operative system being slow is not that big of a deal with a processor that has good multi-threading specs. And at least back then, when I had the hard drive, the FX was still decent for multitasking. Now obviously it gets outperformed by almost any Ryzen processor, but you know, back then it was still an option. I mean, it's still an option now in the sense that you can still use it, and in fact that's what I'm doing right now. But what I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't go for that option if you're buying a new CPU, obviously. Even if it had a Celeron and an SSD, you wouldn't know if you would take it. Yeah, the Celeron is just very bad, but I'm pretty sure the Intel Atom is somehow even worse, isn't it? Like, I think Celeron is better than the Atom, so there is something somehow even shittier. Not sure how that's possible, but you will believe that? Yeah, I think Atom is the worst Intel model. A Lentium. Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about the Pentium, but I think that a Pentium is still above the Atom and also above the Celeron, I think. I don't know why I forgot about the Pentium, but yeah. I think Pentium is a tier above those two, probably. I'm pretty sure. Which makes things even sadder, obviously. Pentium 4 is a beast, or like 2000s tech, probably, yeah. I mean, I remember, well, I don't remember that well, but I think that when I was in like elementary school, I think I remember hearing people talking about the Pentium like it was some very good shit. And it probably was for the time. Well, most likely. Okay, this is the last pattern of the avoidance. I know that because I listened to this song. This is literally the end of the song. And I died. But that's to be expected. Like, that last pattern is RNG, so if you're gonna die, it's not gonna depend on you. It's gonna depend on how lucky you get. But yeah, that's the last pattern. Unless they have like another song after this, if they only have this song, that's the very last pattern. And the song, by the way, is pretty cool. As I think Blue said, it's called Extra Stage. No. Yeah, Extra Stage, right? That's the name, I think. Is it called Extra Stage? I think it is called Extra Stage. Well, in any case, the point is that it's a cool song that for some reason is not in Project Diva, even though I will say that it's a very high quality song. Well, then again, there are a lot of high quality songs that are not on Project Diva. You didn't say that? Maybe it was Draenor then? Wait, who could it? No, I think maybe it was Wasabi? It was either Wasabi or Draenor that say that. Was top tier back then, you still have your P2, had like an SNES, NES cartridge look. Nice. I think that well, that's the problem. I don't know what was my first processor. Because as I say, the first computer I owned, or rather my family owned, was the Compaq Presario that had Windows 98. I have no idea what the technical specifications were. What's up? No, I was just saying, were you the one that told me this song is called Extra Stage, Draenor? Because if it wasn't you, it had to be Wasabi. Because Blue wasn't. I never had a Pentium T, had a Pentium... Well, wait, what am I saying, Tim? Changing the PSU is changing my brain. You never had a Pentium 2, had a Pentium 3 and then got the 4 and was blown away playing Doom or something? Yeah, no. I don't think I ever played a graphically intensive game until I had like the Nvidia GTX 760. All of the games that I played before that were very... I mean, technically, the one I do remember is Ragnarok Online 2, which, yeah, the graphics are garbage, but I mean, they were 3D graphics that look decent back then. And I played that on a notebook. On a notebook that have an i3, I'm pretty sure. I think. You have no idea? Okay, in that case it was definitely Wasabi. The one that say that. Most likely. But yeah. I really wish I could go back in time and see what the specifications of that particular computer were. Because I know that it was called Compact Presario, but that's like a generic model, you know. I don't know which one was it. I wish you could go back in time. Nah. I mean, I would just want to go back to see what the model is. Using something like that, no thanks. I mean, it worked with some games at the time, but not all of them. Like, at one point we tried to play a football game and it didn't work. Like, it was so shitty that it said your computer doesn't have enough RAM. I don't even know how much RAM I had. I remember that was the error message. You don't have enough RAM. Alright, well, fuck you. But yeah, I do remember that with that computer I used to play games like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, like that sort of shit. You know, Monkey Island. That sort of shit. It couldn't run more graphically intensive games than that. I'm pretty sure Monkey Island 4 was the most graphically intense game it could run. And if I'm not mistaken, it barely could run it properly. So that's pretty funny. Monkey Island 4, I don't remember what was the name of that game. Because it's not called Monkey Island 4, it's called... I think it's The Return of Monkey Island, but I'm not sure. I think that's the name, probably. It's the fourth one in the series, that's obviously why I call it Monkey Island 4, that's the point. But yeah. But yeah, no, I wouldn't want to go back in time to use that computer, that's for sure. No thank you. I'll take my current one. I'll take my current one any day. And also my current situation. Like, there is a lot of people that, well, on the internet mostly, that are saying, damn, I wish I could go back in time. And I'm like, no, I really don't wish that. I mean, going back in time, like, you gotta understand that the reason why so many things were exciting back then is because you were younger, so the world was new to you. and things were new and exciting. But if you go back with your current amount of knowledge and experience, you're gonna want to be back at the present as soon as possible. And if you go back without your experience and knowledge, you're just gonna repeat the same things you did. Which, hey, maybe that's something you wanna do, but I don't see the point. It's gonna be the same thing, just repeated. I remember trying to play games and always having a direct draw or direct sound error. Yeah, I think that I remember a lot of errors, but I don't remember any other than the you don't have enough RAM. I don't really remember the other errors, but I do remember having a lot of errors to run games. Go back to 2008. In 2008 I was about to start high school. Yeah, no thanks. I really wouldn't want to do school again, that's for sure. Fuck that. And also university. Like anything that involves academic shit, no thanks. Never again. Anything that involves homework and studying can go fuck itself. Fucking sucks. Yeah. Wait, that really killed me? I disagree, game. That didn't kill me. Assuming you're allowed to keep your knowledge, then it will at least be easier than the first time. Yeah, but you're gonna get bored of it in a couple days. That's the thing. When you realize how, you know, how much shit you don't have available, it's not really that exciting. Exactly, the game is wrong, I'm right. Of course. But yeah, the thing is that I personally think that the way I am right now is probably the best. Can do whatever I want. Well, I need to work, obviously. But I mean, I rather work than go to school. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but since I work from home, I'll take working from home than going to school. I think that even if I went to office, well, the problem of going to office is that it's a lot of hours in a place you don't want to be. It's more hours than school, that's the problem. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind. It would be nice if you could work 4 hours a day. Well, you can, but not where I work, at least. Where I work, 6 is the minimum, and I work 6 hours. Guess I gotta be thankful for that. Most places you will need to work 8 hours. Doing 8 hours of work? Dude. Today I did like 1 hour of work. And that's being generous, because what I did I probably could have done it in half an hour. So I don't know why you think that I'm this super active worker that does everything and more. Maybe 3 years ago I was. Not anymore. Yes. You need to appreciate life in the current moment. The problem is that a lot of people on the internet that complain about life being shit now, and it wasn't shit back then, is that they are viewing it through internet lenses, you know? You don't nothing in. Alright, I didn't want to know that. I appreciate the info, but no thanks. In any case, the point is that a lot of people that think that past times were better are looking at it through internet lenses. And they don't realize that internet people are mentally ill. Well, people that are, you know, most of their time online, posting on, well, whatever webpage of your choice is, those people are most likely mentally ill. And because of that, they can't help but say very, you know, fucked up stuff, right? Because it's unfortunate, but it's what their condition makes them do. So that's the thing, you know. When you look at the world through the internet, yes, it's fucking garbage, but that's your first mistake. Don't look at the world through the internet or through news outlets either. Do your own life. And, you know, don't care too much about what some strangers in God knows where say. Alternatively, don't even read what those strangers say. Like that's the best thing. But yeah. In any case, yes. Don't be... Well, there is a term that people are using lately that is terminally online. It's an interesting term. Basically used for people that cannot live without being online. Now, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't use the internet every day, because I do. But the problem is, it's the way you use the internet. You really need to stop caring less. But people are caring too much. If you care too much, or what some idiots say on the internet, your life is gonna be miserable. And it's most likely the reason why you think that the world sucks more now than it did years ago. Because you are terminally online. But, you know, I'm not even telling you to go outside. I hate going outside. But just, you know, treat the internet like playing a game and nothing more. It's not that serious. The problem is if I will be able to dodge the last purple bullshit that it does here. Okay. I guess I should start that pattern from the middle instead of starting it from the side. People like that, their lives have no meaning unless they have something to complain about. Yeah, that's the issue. But that's why I'm saying, let those people be like that. And don't become that person yourself. That's what matters. Good luck on dodge the beans. What beans? Anyways, thanks, Mario and Shoyer. How is it going? Yeah, you know, that's the thing. You say good luck, and yes, that's exactly what you need on this shit. For a pattern like this one, for example, this is pure RNG. Any pattern that has this reddish apples is pure RNG. So yes, I literally need luck to beat this. An apple is a deadly bean? Damn. Didn't know that. But yeah. I'm pretty sure I can. Well, no. I definitely can do this. But it's all a matter of luck. If I get lucky on the RNG attacks, I will do it. Well, I died to some patterns that are not those RNG attacks, that is true. And I have no excuse for that. But you know, you're most likely gonna see me die to the RNG ones. Well, or that one. That's also a pattern that I die a lot to. I still don't really understand that pattern. I basically just go to the position where it tends to work, but I'm not really thinking about it. That pattern and the RNG patterns are fucking me up. There is also the last purple pattern that I'm not sure what you're supposed to do. I dodged it once somehow, which is pretty cool, but you know. We'll do a little bit better than that. And I want to beat this today because honestly, fuck this game. This game can go to hell and, you know, never come back. But yeah, it needs to happen today, dude. I cannot let this game live rent-free in my head for more time. It's lived long enough. Doesn't need to live more. Yeah, now or never. That's what matters. And if this was a regular stream instead of a short rush stream, I definitely wouldn't be playing this garbage. But since this is a short stream, might as well try. But yeah, this pattern that comes here is a problem. I'm not really sure how to dodge it. Oh, you go more to the left. I guess I was confusing the positioning. I was too much on the right. It's more to the left, even more than I thought. By never I mean try again tomorrow? No, because this is gonna happen today. You really think that I'm not gonna be able to beat this today? You really think that? You really do? I'll prove you wrong. Will I dodge the purple pattern is the question. know. I don't get that pattern. I think what I'm supposed to do is when the purple things appear on the top, as soon as they appear, I go running to the right without stopping. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, those shits appear, and I'm pretty sure the position they appear will be the ones that they get fired. So at that point I keep running, and I think eventually you make it out of it, because it's not random. Like those purple apples are aimed. It's just that I'm not sure how they are aimed, because every purple pattern before that one is super straightforward. You just move to the side and you dodge, but that one doesn't work like that. In fact, it might even be static. It might not even be aimed, but I'm not sure. I dodged it once, so technically I can just go back to my VOD and check. Well, I could do that, but it's very hard. In these VODs with multiple attempts, it's very hard to find the one that had that specific part. That's the issue. Well, I only reached it once, so... you know. Hey, hi, Payme, how is it going? Yes, this is an avoidance. A lot of avoidance for some reason really like having Vocaloid songs, and this one is not the exception. So yes, you have Vocaloid and I Wanna Be the Guy. It's a very common combination, believe it or not. Yeah, I reached it once on this stream. Like around the middle of the stream, probably. It wasn't even that long ago. It was like a couple, well, not a couple, but like 10 attempts ago that I basically beat that purple pattern, and I reached the last one, and I died on the last one because, you know, RNG bullshit. But I remember beating it, and I think I did that. Like, I stay in the center until those shits appear, and then I run all the way to the right without stopping. I think that was the strategy, but I'm not sure. It could be anything. Oh, that didn't work that time. I guess I didn't start running early enough. Like, I guess you need to start running early or something like that. Damn it. That pattern and the purple one are really, the last purple one, are tearing my ass apart. Those are the two that are problematic outside of the RNG. Like, it's the only ones I cannot consistently do even after all this time. Everything else I can consistently do unless I somehow fuck it up by not paying enough attention. But those two attacks are really fucking me up. Wow. Congrats on getting able to stream again, thanks. It really wasn't easy. And it might not look like it, but I'm pretty fucking tired right now. Like, I'm gonna take a bath before going to sleep, because it really was very tiresome. Like, both physically and mentally. Like, after connecting everything and realizing the PC wasn't working, I was like, god damn, is the motherboard really dead? It wasn't, but you know. It wasn't dead, but yeah, the cables are so annoying to deal with, dude. Like, cable management when it comes to PSUs has to be the worst thing about PSUs. Like, it's such a pain. And keep in mind that the PSU I bought is modular, differently from PSUs that are not modular, which means that the non-modular ones have all the cables coming from the inside, even the ones you don't want. While a modular one allows you to just install the ones you're gonna use. But at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter, because a lot of cables have a lot of connections that you are not gonna use. A very good example being the SATA connector. The SATA cable has a lot of SATA connectors, which is useless when you only have one drive, obviously. As you would expect, it's quite worthless to have all those SATA connectors hanging there. And at the end of the day, even if there aren't so many cables, it's still a pain in the ass to manage them. Especially that 24-pin cable that feeds the motherboard. It's so big and thick. Okay, that's how it works. Yeah, you run to the right a little bit more, basically. Jesus Christ, these patterns are garbage. But yeah, okay, that's the trick. As I said, you stay in the middle for those shit to appear, and then you just keep going to the right. Though in one of the patterns you kinda need to stop, because there is a purple apple that is gonna hit you. But that's how it works. So you don't need to look for it blue. If you were looking for it, don't look for it. It's not necessary. I already got it. Well, I mean, by I already got it, I mean I already understood, which doesn't mean that I'm gonna consistently execute it every time it comes out. It comes up, not out. But yeah. It's okay. You found it in the exact second I did it again. Yeah, but it's basically that strategy, right? Like pretty much staying in the middle when the bullets spawn and then just running to the right. That's pretty much the strategy. Just that you gotta be mindful about how much you run to the right. Though, keep the second. Just in case I get killed again and I don't understand why, I want to see it. So, write down the second you found it. Well, the minute second you found it, I mean. So I wanna see it if I fail it again. I don't think well, I might fail it again, but not because of not knowing what to do, but because I just fucked up. But yeah, this should be cooked. The only problem is, like right now, the only problem is the RNG. As you can say by the fact that I got killed by the last pattern. And I got killed right there by that pattern. RNG is the only thing that should kill me now. Which doesn't mean that it's the only thing that will kill me. But if I don't fuck it up, only RNG should kill me here. And it's really gonna be painful. As I say, this has to be probably the worst RNG pattern that I ever seen. And by worst I don't mean hardest. It's the worst because these apples change trajectory at every moment, essentially making it impossible to predict where they are gonna go. Like, it's the worst thing you can do. It really is. It like... I kind of want to explain it with my hands. But there are a lot of RNG patterns whose whole thing is that the bullets land in random parts, right? So for example, let's say you have a bullet here and it's RNG, so it could shoot here or it could shoot here. That's the RNG of that bullet. You don't know where it's gonna go, but once it fires, you can see where it's gonna go, which means that you can react to it. In this case though, the RNG is constant. It's not just where it fires, it's where it moves in every single moment of its trajectory, making it essentially impossible to predict where it will go. Because it's changing at every moment. You can only guess where it's not gonna go, but you will never react to it in 100% consistent way, because like that apple right there, the same way that it did that, it could have just went all the way left and it could have killed me, you know? And there was no way for me to react to it. Like, oops, you got unlucky, get fucked. So it really has to be the worst implemented RNG that I've seen. Which I probably haven't seen badly enough implemented RNG patterns, clearly, because I'm pretty sure they are way worse than that. Obviously. But this shit is so bad. That's the reason why on the last stream I wanted to insult the creator so much. Because these RNG patterns are the worst. Like, it's the worst thing you can do. It really, well, technically the worst thing you can do is to make those bullets faster and more numerous. Yes, that's technically worse. But in terms of the concept, how the movement works, it really is the worst. Constant RNG, down to where you are. The creator killed my PSU. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. And it's actually pretty funny because like the stream the last stream before my PSU died, it was pretty much, it looked like a rage quit. So someone that wasn't on my Discord but somehow still follows my channel would have think, oh shit, this guy raged so hard that he stopped streaming. No, don't worry about it. I raged harder than on that previous stream, so you don't have to worry about it. I look at it, dude. If I didn't stop streaming after playing Tekken Online and rage quitting that stream, I'm not gonna quit with anything. When I say rage quit, I mean the stream. I never rage quitted a match. I just want to clarify that. I'm not a rage quitter on online games. But I rage quitted the stream because as soon as I lost and I was back to the main menu, I was like, fuck this game, I'm out. But yeah, I'm not a rage quitter. I finish all of my matches. Well, unless the connection decides to not do that. But I'm not gonna finish the match by myself if nobody wins. Someone has to win for the match to end. And whether that's me or my opponent, well, there's no way to know that. But I definitely won't end the match before it normally ends. Much less on stream, you know. Because maybe I could be a rage quitter offline and you wouldn't know. But on stream, no way. That's very embarrassing behavior. Don't rage quit. I mean, unless the game supports it, you know. There are games that allow you to forfeit a match. But fighting games are not one of those games. Why? I don't know. I guess because people will constantly do it otherwise. But you know. Futo hacked my computer? Why Futo? But yeah, I used to play Tekken Blue, believe it or not, but that game requires, well, just like most fighting games, requires a lot of practice. The online is garbage, the people that play it are garbage, like almost any fighting game as well. So yeah, it was basically something that wasn't very enjoyable. It was kind of like the opposite of enjoyable. Alright, can I not get killed by RNG, please? Alright. Wait, it's not over yet? No, you can't be serious. This has to be like a final screen where they congratulate you for putting up with this garbage of a game. I gotta assume. I mean, it's a Stairway to the Sky after all. So I will assume, you know, that it will allow you to end the fucking game. Right. Oh. Uh-oh. Am I can move, by the way. No, I cannot move. Alright. There we go. Well, GG's. This game was absolute garbage. And if you respect yourself and your time, you shouldn't play this game. So do yourself a favor and stay out of this piece of shit. Outside of that, I'm glad that I beat it, because as I say before, it will remain in my head for quite a long time if I didn't beat it. So now I'm mentally free, well, mentally and physically free. But yes, don't play this. This wasn't worth it at all. This game sucks. On the bright side, if you want to look at the bright side, it doesn't suck as much as other games. Fun games, that is. But that's not saying much, as I also say in some other stream, you know. Like, it's... Don't play this. Just trust me, don't play this. Also, Pandora was from Mega Man. I didn't play Seed Edge, or any Seed game for that matter. I wish to play a fighting game with you one day. I don't think that's a good idea, you know. There's gonna be solved. Fighting games have that issue, you know. Yes, that song is called Bonus Stage. It says it right there. It says 1 coin hero. Huh? Wait, is there another avoidance if you pick another difficulty? That will be interesting. Because I read something that say 1 coin hero. And that sounds like this, like the, unless it's the ending's the credit song. Please press the W key. And what if I don't? What you gonna do about it? Alright, I will. There you go. So I'm assuming that this W key is a warp section. So basically, yeah, if I go here, I will go, yeah, okay. Gotcha. Alright. Well, that was something. On the bright side, you know, pretty much the whole reason why I play this game is because it was on my computer and Delicious Fruit was down, so I couldn't look for any other games. But now Delicious Fruit is back up, so if I want to play a fun game, that will be great. A fun game that doesn't suck dick like this one, I mean. So that will be cool. But not tomorrow, though. Tomorrow I want to play Project Diva, not just because I want to play Project Diva, but also to really test my PSU. Because this game obviously doesn't consume anything. But Project Diva, well, it's not like the most consuming game ever, but it will consume a little bit. So that will be the real test. Tomorrow, Project Diva, let's get it. But yeah, for today, I'm done. Very glad I was able to make the computer work again, and you know, thanks everyone on the Discord for the help as well, and thanks everyone for watching today. So you know, have a good one everyone, and take care.